Hey, what's up guys? This is Audie from ShastryNation, and today let's talk about if the Xbox One will surpass the PS4 in sales. Alright, and the short answer would be yes, I do think so. I do think the Xbox One will surpass the PS4 in sales. Now I can't give you an accurate time, or something like that, but I think between maybe 1 to 2 years, 1 to 3 years, I would say, I think it will surpass the PS4 in sales. And, a big breath, let me go ahead and tell you why, I guess. Okay, reason number 1, the Xbox One is $150 less than the original price of the Xbox One. I'm gonna let that sink in. $150 less, alright? So, the Xbox One, I think, started out at $499, now it is $350. So that is a significant price reduction, for the Xbox One. We all know as a gamer that whoever has paid attention to the release of these consoles, everyone knows that, when the consoles actually came out, everyone, when they saw the Xbox One's, Microsoft's, unveil of the Xbox One, everyone's like, oh man, what is that? Like, what is always online? Like, what is that for? Or, the DRM, what is that for? I don't want to buy a Kinect. Like, what am I supposed to do if I don't want to buy a Kinect? I don't want to pay extra. I'm not going to use that. And those are all things that are valid. And the thing I like about Microsoft is they took that into heart and they actually made changes. I guess last generation, with the PS3, the Sony took like 3 years or something to make some changes, and then they slowly took over the Xbox, okay? Microsoft is making those changes so quickly that I think they are going to, surpass the PS4, I think, really, because of the rapid changes that they're making to their policies and things like that. For example, when they announced that you had to buy the Kinect with the Xbox One, people are like, oh man, I don't want that, like I said before. But, I guess like even 2 or 3 months down the line, they took out all of those and they even price reduced the Xbox. They took out the Kinect. It was an optional thing now. You don't have to buy the Kinect. And so they took out like, I think $50 at first for the Kinect. And that's still a serious price reduction, And another thing is, if you guys don't already know this, the Xbox One is actually $50 cheaper than the PS4. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and let that sink in. Yeah, it is $50 cheaper than the PS4, okay? That is a significant saving of money, okay? That's a lot of money that you're saving if you go with the Xbox One. And I think all of those features, all of those things, I guess, work towards the Xbox One, in favor of the Xbox One. So for example, I would rather go buy the Xbox One, really, because I would save $50 when compared to the PS4, and I know that I'm getting, a good quality device because Microsoft is pushing that device and getting new IPs and things like that working for them, so that they can actually, get the Xbox One up there and higher above the PS4. And that's another thing, okay? Microsoft's marketing is amazing when it comes to the Xbox One, okay? They're coming out with new IPs, they're making games, they're coming out with a lot of things and things like that are really enhancing the Microsoft, Xbox One, I guess, like, connotation of the Xbox One in the game, in the eyes of the gamer, okay? So whenever, for example, when the Xbox One came out, when we thought of the Xbox One as, oh man, their Microsoft's, like, messed up so badly on that, they messed up all these things, we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to have always online, things like that. And we wrote off the Xbox One and we went to the PS4. But I think the Xbox One is slowly gaining its place, okay? Xbox One, it started like 10 feet underground, alright? now they're slowly starting to dig up the hole, and I think in maybe a year they're gonna be at the range of the PS4. All right, with sales. Another thing is that Windows device support. All right, so Microsoft actually announced this, that they are going to allow the Xbox One to stream to other devices. So, for example, if I'm somewhere else, or like if I'm in a different room or something like that, I could play my Xbox One game from my Windows phone if I have a Windows phone, or from my computer. I could stream it to there. Those are really cool features. Okay, like that even works for the Surface, the new Surface tablets, and the old one, the Surface 3. I guess I don't think it works for the other two. I don't know if Microsoft even supports those anymore. But those work for those devices, and that is a really cool feature. Okay, that's a really cool feature. I have I have Windows on my computer, obviously, and I have Windows 8. And they always have that Xbox app, which I never use because I actually don't have an Xbox, at home. So yeah, I never use that app, and now I could see myself using that app when I buy an Xbox, and I could use it for more than just checking my stats and my level or of my avatar or something like that, And it adds functionality, and it adds, features that people want. Why do you think the NVIDIA Shield did so well? Why do you think the NVIDIA did so well? Because NVIDIA included all of those features that are so good, that people wanted those, And so, with regards to the NVIDIA Shield, we can carry around a tablet, an 8-inch tablet that weighs maybe like a pound, maybe. I think it weighs about a pound, maybe about 2 pounds. I'm not sure. Or we could carry around like a 10-pound, computer, thick notebook. Although they're making thinner notebooks now. Or we could carry around a thick notebook that has like 30 minutes battery life, and it will drain in 30 minutes depending on how fast you actually, the settings you play at. Okay. That adds a lot of features. That's very interesting to me. I want to see how they deal with that, how they come up with things that you can do with it. That's a very interesting feature to me, because I would like to play my games everywhere. But you could be like, hey, why don't you just play on your phone or something like that? See, the games on the phone aren't that developed and good yet. We haven't gotten to that point on mobile devices. Personally, I don't know. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of the Xbox One. All right, performance. So I know all of you guys that are PS4, PlayStation, guys, that are supporting the PlayStation in all lights, the PS4. You guys are PS4 people, and you guys despise the Xbox One. Let me go ahead and tell you, okay, you have some merit in your argument that the Xbox One has, slower graphics, or less superior graphics. That the PS4 has superior graphics to the Xbox One. Let me go ahead and reword it that way. That is true to some degree. Okay, the PS4 has slightly better graphics. Okay, and it's unnoticeable when you actually play the game. All right, it's unnoticeable. You can't tell the difference between the two things. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, now along with the price. Okay, even though, let's go ahead and accept the fact that the Xbox One is lower in price. Let's go ahead and accept that. Okay, it's lower in price. We accepted it, right? Okay. It's $50 less than the PS4. $50. When I go out and buy something, I want to buy something that's best price per performance value, okay? So, I want that value to be, as high as possible. Performance or price. Yeah. Okay. I want that value to be as good as possible, So, and I think the Xbox One provides that value. Okay. You can play basically the same games on the PS4 and the Xbox One. You might have better frame rates, maybe 2 or 3 frame rates on average on the the PS4 and maybe a little bit better resolution. Okay, whoa, all right. But for $50 less, I definitely think the Xbox One is a very good contender in this, I guess, race to see who is the best console. All right, let's go ahead and talk about that. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the other thing. Which is the new update for the Xbox One. Okay, so obviously Microsoft has come to the point where they can actually update the Xbox One and better tweak the settings. Okay, now let me get some misconceptions out of the way. Okay, to all of you guys that play the Xbox One, okay, I've been supporting you every inch of the way. Okay, throughout this video, I've been supporting you. All right. A simple software change, let me go ahead and tell you guys this, okay? A simple software change isn't gonna make the Xbox One look like a GTX Titan, okay? Just letting you guys know, right? It may change, maybe you'll get a few frames, okay? You will not get, like, it won't be drastic changes, alright? Now, I don't know, I don't understand, where people get this from, but that is the simple truth, okay? It'll just be better optimized for the new games. So, for example, I think The Witcher 3 is actually going to be played at 1080p. I think it's actually 900p upscaled to 1080p. Hey, that's still good. I don't mind. Still 1080p. It's still 1080p. That's good. The Xbox One can run that. That's good. I mean, obviously, you'll probably have to, they'll probably have to take back some of the settings, I guess, like textures and things like that. Obviously, the hardware of the Xbox One is limited, and you can't always do that to the Xbox One. But hey, 1080p, that looks good, and I think the PS4 is playing at native 1080p. Alright, okay, like I said again, okay, the Xbox One maybe has lower, inferior graphics to the PS4, but it's also $50 less now. And that's the thing, it's $50 less, and for $50, that minute amount of graphical performance, the minute graphical performance change, okay, is worth it, alright? It's worth having less graphics for $50 less than to pay $50 more, and have a little bit better graphics. Alright. So I guess that sort of wraps it up, okay? So I guess to sum it all up, I really think Microsoft is, hitting it hard and heavy and really listening to the consumers, they're listening to the consumers, whereas like PlayStation and Sony, I guess, Sony's in pretty bad shape right now, all around, okay? And Sony's a little bit less likely to actually make changes that are needed by the gaming industry, as seen in the last generation of the consoles. Okay, as seen in the last generation of the consoles, the PS3. Oh man, that took like 3 years for them to actually make any changes. Okay, and when they did, okay, yes, their PS3 was selling like hotcakes. All right, yes. They did a good job, but, it took them so long to recognize the fact that they're doing something wrong, okay? And Nintendo is like that, Sony's like that, a lot of Japanese companies are like that. I don't know what it is in Japanese culture to be so stubborn with these things, but that's just the nature of these companies. Microsoft, on the other hand, man, they made changes quickly, okay? They learned from their mistakes, right? They went to the press conference, they saw that it didn't work out, they made their changes, they made it, they made it happen. Now they're doing well. They're doing well now. They're doing a good job. And I really think in the next maybe 2 or 3 years, the Xbox One will surpass the PS4 in sales, exclusives, and everything like that. Everything in between. Alright? So yeah, go ahead and let me know what you guys think about this. I know I've been talking for like 15 minutes by now, but this is a pretty important topic. You know, I'm not always on the side of Microsoft or Sony. You know, in fact, my last Microsoft video was on The Witcher 3. You know, and them using PC gameplay to advertise Xbox. You know, which I don't understand why. It's probably a big misunderstanding, but it's kind of like why do that? You know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, you know, because in some cases, you know, I really try to stick to the facts and look at trends and things like that. All right, look at past, you know, occurrences, things like that, so we can get a better understanding of what's gonna happen in the future. All right, so yeah, let me go ahead and let me know what you guys think, and if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, you know, and don't start any wars there, please. Please. Both the consoles are good, okay? Both the consoles are good. Don't start any wars, alright? I just think the companies that are supporting them, okay, Microsoft is doing a better job. Alright? And I guess I can leave you guys at that. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next one.